Hey guys, I'm Brian. She's Brenda. We are Brenda and Brian on YouTube at New Life Recovery. Welcome. Hey Brenda, how are things?
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I tell you, we started the week in October. Now it's November. Probably really shouldn't mention times because this is recording, but my goodness, it's going so fast.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All of my one thing I ask my members a lot in group is, do you have a goal for this week? And more and more they're like starting to decorate for Christmas or going Christmas shopping. I'm like, no.
I was in the stores last night and I'm like, Christmas already? You mean I have no choice for shopping except for Christmas stuff in the next 2 months? You've got to be kidding me.
Right. My daughter's been after us already. She lives in Alabama right now, but she's like, have you put up the tree? I'm like, Carissa, it's not going up a day before Thanksgiving. I promise you.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't even put it up Thanksgiving Day. You got it. I mean, everything decent
Yeah.
and in order. Come on.
When we were little, my mom used to always put it up Thanksgiving Day after everything, Thanksgiving evening,
Good
Yeah,
deal. Okay.
that was the tradition. So what do you have for us today?
Well, today for your resource, I have Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. Very similar to what Groups Recover Together does. Both of these are harm reduction organizations. So Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous, it's mara-international.org. This is a nonprofit organization. It's on a global level. So if you've ever been curious about harm reduction or medication assisted treatment called MAT, this would be a great resource to start with. They have a great resource page. It really just breaks down what harm reduction is and how MAT saves lives. And
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, hopefully soon we're going to get a medical professional on and be able to talk more about medical assisted treatment from a provider point of view. But yeah, that's wonderful.
But as a counselor, from your point of view.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Good stuff. So for our clinical piece today, I was thinking this morning, in counseling, we talk a lot about balance. And even at work, we talk about the work-life balance.
Right.
And we try to balance our emotions, obviously. But this fairly recently, my counselor had me do something interesting. She said, I want you to go online and do a values test. So there's all sorts of these values tests online where it'll ask you a bunch of questions and you do like this or this, and then it'll kind of say, based on your answers, these are things that you find important. So
Okay.
I had never done that before. So
I have not.
yeah, so I went on and I wasn't surprised at the results, but one thing that it said was, you value excitement, you value adventure, you value challenge. And even as I was reading that, so me, I was like, yeah, but it was helpful because I realized, when's the last time I had any kind of adventure?
Mm.
How much excitement is in my life? How much challenge and all of that. And so what I did was that weekend, I went for a big hike out in the national park up here where I live.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the point of that is, the take home for us is, consider, what is it that you value, and am I living for my values? I think sometimes our depression is caused when we don't feel fulfilled. My, my,
Sure.
yeah, I'm not feeling fulfilled. I'm not living a fulfilled life. Well, what's fulfilling? Maybe you value reading. When's the last time I made time to sit down and read, and live for my values? You value your spouse, or significant other. When's the last time you made time to go on a date with them? Live for your values. I was thinking, for me personally, I value drawing and painting. I don't remember the
Okay.
last time I did anything artistic other than play music, Um, maybe I
Well,
need.
now that's artistic and it's an outlet for you. So with your little lilt, I mean, other than play music, you know how much I'd love to play music? I can sing my little heart out, but I can't play an instrument to save my life, Brian.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
I
wish I
got
could.
guitars, pianos, I got violins. I can't play any of them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I
Um,
want to. It's
well,
good in theory.
I can't play the violin, but I could play I got a piano and some guitars as well. Yeah.
But to piggyback on what you said, I had a counselor explain to me what anhedonia is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you don't take pleasure in what you used to. And so sometimes during our recovery journey, we have to think, just like what you said with your values test, what do you value? What we valued before may still bring us joy, but we have to get there again. I love reading. I'm changing some things around now, and I found a book that I read as a teenager. You know what? I just started reading it again
Good for
because
you.
I haven't read it in years and years, but I remember being a teenager and thinking, oh, the adventure. And so
Yeah.
now I'm kind of like coming back around. Sometimes anhedonia sets in and we don't know, but you kind of have to do those things like, oh my gosh, hiking, it just takes hours. You know what? Just go out for 10 minutes. You don't have to have a
Right.
difficult level 4 to hike. Maybe just do the one, and I mean, we're all worth 5 minutes. Just try it again.
Oh,
And
that's wonderful.
maybe that step of hiking would take you to the next step. Okay, I don't enjoy hiking now, but how about mountain biking? Maybe just taking that one step for 5 minutes will propel you to the next thing that will make you happy. You just didn't even think about it.
That's so good, Brenda. That's so good. And especially with substance abuse, and we don't know why it affects some people more than others. For example, person A might have used a crazy amount of drugs. And so when you do drugs, our brains get this inordinate amount of dopamine. We get a sledgehammer of dopamine. And maybe another video we'll talk more about how, substance abuse works on our brains. But that is a neurotransmitter, our brain's natural feel good chemical, dopamine. So at some point, and we don't know why it affects some more than others, but our brain stops doing it in the way that it used to do it in producing dopamine, because it knows you keep going out and getting high. And so you're getting this inordinate amount of dopamine. So when you stop using drugs, some people get anhedonia, like you're saying. And their brains, they'll do stuff that's pleasurable, but there's no joy in it, there's no pleasure in it. And the danger is, for an addict, do you know how I can get a rush of dopamine right now? You know how I can finally feel good again? Yeah, go right back to my drug of choice. So I'm really glad that you brought that up, all the more, like you were saying. I'm agreeing with you. That was such a good point. So, maybe I'm not interested in fishing like I used to be anymore, but, keep trying to find those things and slowly bring back that joy. Well,
Well, and just real quickly, we're supposed to mature and we're supposed to get older. So maybe that fly fishing doesn't work for you anymore, but going out, like, it's okay to mature, and it's okay to have that building block as long as together we create that foundation to go from.
yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent. So
You're excellent, Brian, because yes. Hey, so where do you get that values survey that you did? Is it just anywhere online,
anywhere,
or?
there's tons of them and they're free. There's tons of them. Just Google in values test, personal values test. Yeah, you'll find them.
And your values change from your 20s to 30s to 40s.
Oh, that's an excellent point. That's an excellent
They do.
point. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So our assignment for you today is just that. Consider, what are my values, and are there values, do I kind of need to adjust that? Do I need to balance so that I'm spending more time on what I value? I was even thinking, in a spiritual sense. If you value your relationship with God, and you're not feeling fulfilled, maybe I haven't been pursuing that. Like, how often have I been studying the Bible? If that's your thing, how often am I praying? When's the last time I've been to church? Like, I say I value these things, and it's not to beat yourself up, but it's like, this is genuinely what brings me joy. Then that's what I want to pursue.
Even just 5 minutes a day to get forward to the new person you are, not back to who you used to be.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go back, because then we get stagnant.
Yeah.
So absolutely. If you are a faith person, are you being kind to your neighbors? Are you being kind to that person that just cut you off?
Mhm.
To the person that doesn't use turn signals. Come on. There's certain things that you have the power to not let it ruin your day.
Did you guys
So-
just see Brenda get triggered when she was talking about that? That's obviously an issue. People who don't use turn signals.
They're not an option on the car.
That's awesome. Guys, we love you. She is Brenda. I'm Brian. We are Brenda and Brian on YouTube at New Life Recovery. Until next time, be well.